As a brain doctor, I'm shocked by how many of my patients have no idea that their favorite sleeping position could be putting them at serious risk. Imagine this. You go to bed healthy, and overnight, you wake up with signs of a stroke, and it all started with the way you slept. Problem reveal. The truth is, most people don't realize how much their sleeping position affects the health of their brain and blood vessels. We focus on what we eat, the pills we take, or whether we get enough exercise, but the way we hold our body for 6 to 8 hours every night is often overlooked. And yet, it may be one of the most dangerous habits, silently raising your risk of stroke. When you sleep in certain positions, especially those that twist your neck or force your chin down, the arteries carrying blood to your brain can become compressed. Think of these arteries like soft straws, delivering oxygen-rich blood to your brain cells. Now imagine bending or squeezing that straw for hours without a break. The flow slows down, pressure builds, and in some cases, tiny clots can form. If one of those clots travels to a critical part of your brain, the result can be devastating. Sudden weakness, slurred speech, dizziness, or even a stroke. This danger is especially serious for older adults. Once you're over 60, your blood vessels naturally become less flexible, and your circulation isn't as strong as it once was. Add in conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, or high cholesterol, and your arteries are already under strain. Now picture sleeping every night with your head bent sharply or your chest compressed. You're stacking risk upon risk, and you may not even know it. Over time, this restricted blood flow doesn't just increase stroke risk, it also robs your brain of oxygen and nutrients during the very hours it's supposed to be repairing itself. At night, the brain works hard to clear out waste products, strengthen memory, and restore energy. But if circulation is poor, those processes slow down. That's why people who sleep in harmful positions often wake up groggy, foggy, or with unexplained headaches. These aren't just signs of bad sleep. They're warning signals that your brain isn't getting what it needs. And the danger doesn't stop there. Poor circulation at night can also cause microdamage to tiny vessels in the brain, leading to what doctors call silent strokes. These don't always cause immediate symptoms, but over months and years, they add up. Silent strokes are strongly linked to memory loss, difficulty concentrating, and a much higher risk of dementia later in life. In other words, the way you sleep tonight could be shaping not just your stroke risk, but your long-term brain health. The scary part, many people feel comfortable in the very positions that do the most harm. Stomach sleeping, sleeping slumped in a chair, or piling pillows so high that your chin touches your chest, all of these may feel relaxing in the moment, but they're silently cutting off blood supply to your brain. It's like slowly turning down the dimmer switch on a light. You may not notice it right away, but eventually, the brightness is gone. This is why doctors are increasingly warning seniors to pay attention not just to how much they sleep, but how they sleep. Because every night your body is in the wrong position, the hidden damage accumulates. And one morning, you may wake up to find your life completely changed by a stroke that could have been prevented with a simple adjustment. The dangerous position. The most dangerous position, and the one most people don't realize is harmful, is sleeping flat on your stomach with your head twisted to the side. At first, it might feel relaxing. The pressure of the mattress against your body, arms stretched out, and a sense of comfort that helps you drift off. But what you don't see is what's happening inside your neck and arteries during those long hours of rest. When you sleep this way, your neck is forced into an unnatural angle, bent sharply for 6, 7, or even 8 hours. This constant twist compresses the delicate carotid and vertebral arteries, the very vessels responsible for delivering blood and oxygen to your brain. It's like crimping a hose. The flow is restricted, turbulence develops, and pressure builds inside the vessel walls. Over time, this can damage the lining of your arteries and create the perfect environment for clots to form. And once a clot travels into the brain, it can block circulation and cause a stroke, sometimes with devastating consequences. Doctors have seen this pattern again and again. Patients who thought they were perfectly healthy suddenly developed warning signs, dizziness, blurred vision, tingling in their arms or face, or even transient ischemic attacks, often called mini-strokes. Many of these patients admitted they had been stomach sleepers for years. They never connected their comfortable habit with the neurological issues they were experiencing until it was too late. The dangers go beyond circulation. Stomach sleeping also restricts your breathing. With your chest and stomach pressed tightly into the mattress, your lungs can't expand fully. That means you're taking in less oxygen with every breath. Combine shallow breathing with restricted blood flow from a twisted neck, and your brain is essentially running on low fuel all night. The brain depends on steady oxygen to repair itself, clear out toxins, and strengthen memory while you sleep. Starve it of that oxygen repeatedly, and the long-term effects can be disastrous: cognitive decline, higher risk of dementia, and of course, stroke. There's also the issue of nerve compression. Sleeping face down with your neck twisted puts constant pressure on the spinal nerves that run through the cervical spine. This can lead to chronic stiffness, numbness in the hands, and pain that radiates through the shoulders and arms. For seniors, whose nerves and arteries are already more vulnerable, this added strain can speed up degeneration and increase the likelihood of permanent damage. What makes this position especially dangerous is how subtle the warning signs can be. You might wake up with a stiff neck, occasional tingling, or a headache and dismiss it as just age or sleeping wrong. But those small symptoms are your body's alarm bells, warning that your circulation and oxygen flow are being compromised night after night. Ignore them long enough, and the damage accumulates silently until the day it becomes catastrophic. Stomach sleeping might feel harmless, even comforting, but the science is clear. It's one of the most dangerous positions for brain health. By forcing your neck into extreme rotation, compressing blood vessels, restricting oxygen, and straining nerves, it creates a perfect storm that raises your risk of stroke every single night you sleep this way. Secondary risk position. Another risky position that many people overlook is sleeping in a reclined sitting posture, like when you doze off in a chair, on the couch, or even in bed propped up on too many pillows. At first, it feels soothing. People often say it helps with reflux, makes breathing easier, or just feels cozy for watching television before sleep. But here's the hidden danger. When your upper body is angled forward, your chin naturally tucks down toward your chest. That seemingly harmless tilt has serious consequences. When your chin drops forward, the arteries in your neck, especially the carotid arteries, become bent and compressed. These arteries are the brain's lifeline, carrying oxygen-rich blood upward. Think of them as flexible tubes that need to stay open and straight. When you fold them sharply, the flow of blood slows and circulation becomes irregular. Over hours of sleep, this restriction silently reduces oxygen delivery to the brain, setting the stage for serious health problems. In younger people, the body may adjust, forcing blood through the narrowed pathway. But for older adults, especially those with high blood pressure, diabetes, or hardened arteries, this strain is far more dangerous. With each night spent in a reclined sitting position, the risk of tiny clots forming increases. Those clots can travel, block circulation, and trigger strokes or transient ischemic attacks, the so-called mini-strokes that often serve as warnings before something worse happens. And it's not just about blood flow. This posture also interferes with breathing. With your chin tucked, your airway narrows, making it harder for oxygen to reach the lungs. That leads to shallow breathing, snoring, and even drops in nighttime oxygen levels. When poor breathing combines with poor circulation, your brain is essentially running on limited fuel for hours. You might wake up groggy, with headaches, dizziness, or brain fog, all signs that your brain was starved of oxygen overnight. Many seniors who sleep this way report worsening fatigue and memory issues, never realizing their posture at night is partly to blame. Over time, the damage builds. The constant strain on arteries and nerves doesn't just raise the risk of stroke, it also contributes to long-term cognitive decline. In fact, research shows that poor oxygenation at night is linked to higher rates of dementia in older adults. The danger of reclined sleeping is that it doesn't feel dangerous. It feels restful. You sit in your favorite chair, lean back with a few pillows, and drift off. But silently, your brain is being deprived, and the risks grow with every night you spend in that position. What seems like a comfortable habit could, in reality, be a slow path toward a life-changing medical crisis. Safer alternatives. So, What should you do instead? The good news is that with a few simple adjustments, you can dramatically reduce the risks that come from harmful sleeping positions. The safest and most protective option is to sleep flat on your back, but with proper support. This doesn't mean lying stiffly like a board. It means setting up your body so that your spine, neck, and blood vessels remain in their natural alignment throughout the night. Place a small pillow under your neck so your head is supported without being pushed too far forward. Slip another thin pillow or cushion beneath your knees to ease pressure on your lower back. This position keeps your airways wide open, prevents your chin from tucking into your chest, and most importantly, keeps blood flowing freely to your brain. The second best option, and the one many people find more comfortable, is side sleeping, preferably on your left side. Why the left? Because it not only improves circulation to the brain, but also reduces pressure on your heart and digestive system. Sleeping on the left side has been shown to aid blood flow, keep arteries unobstructed, and even improve lymphatic drainage, which is critical for flushing waste from your brain while you sleep. For seniors, this position offers added protection against acid reflux, which can also interfere with restful, restorative sleep. If you try this posture, place a supportive pillow between your knees to keep your spine aligned and reduce hip strain. Both of these positions, the supported back posture and the left side posture, protect your brain in ways that stomach or reclined sitting positions never can. They keep your arteries open, reduce the risk of clot formation, and ensure your brain receives the oxygen and nutrients it needs for healing and repair overnight. These positions also reduce the strain on your neck and back, helping you wake up with less stiffness and pain. The difference might feel small, but the impact over time is enormous. A safer sleep posture isn't just about avoiding discomfort, it's about protecting your most vital organ. Every night you choose a healthier position, you're lowering your chances of waking up one day with symptoms of a stroke. You're also improving your memory, energy, and long-term brain health. Something as simple as flipping onto your back or turning to your left side with a pillow for support could be one of the most powerful health decisions you ever make night after night. Call to action. If you're over 60, please don't ignore this. Tonight, when you go to bed, take a moment to check your sleeping position. It sounds like such a small thing, but it could literally save your life. The difference between a safe posture and a harmful one is often just the angle of your neck or the way you prop your pillows, and yet that small detail can mean the difference between healthy blood flow and a dangerous blockage in your brain. Every day in hospitals, doctors see patients who never thought about this, who went to bed feeling fine and woke up with slurred speech, dizziness, weakness, or worse, the signs of a stroke. What they didn't know is that years of sleeping the wrong way had been slowly stacking the odds against them. Don't let that be your story. Prevention doesn't always require expensive treatments or complex routines. Sometimes it's as simple as choosing a safer way to rest your body. And remember, this isn't just about you. Share this video with your spouse, your parents, or your friends, because many of them are unknowingly putting themselves at risk too. A small change, made tonight, could spare someone you love from a life-changing event tomorrow. Imagine if all it took to protect your brain and your independence was flipping onto your back or adjusting one pillow. That's a step worth taking. So before you close your eyes tonight, think of your brain, think of your future, and make the choice to sleep in a way that keeps you safe. Your health, your clarity, and your life are worth that adjustment.